At the time I was wanting to open up my own club in New York and was looking for something to showcase inside the club. And when I saw this, I was like, oh my God, this is it. I've got to, whatever it is, I've got to put it inside the club.
And she decided to go to a little club on 2nd Avenue right off of 10th Street called The Grill, where she started a little thing. I got involved. I would be like the house MC, talking about so-and-so was in the house and whatever.
Roosa Blues hip-hop nights at the downtown The Grill Club quickly outgrew the space and moved to a nearby roller rink called the Roxy. The clientele were a curious mix of uptown hip-hop kids and downtown punk rockers.
I think it was a treat for basically both groups of people that they were checking out a completely other cultural group, let's say, and that was really interesting. It was like two groups of people at a zoo looking at each other, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was really amazing.
You come downtown, you see somebody with purple hair sticking up like this, and you know what I'm saying, with, yo, you bug out. In the beginning, you're like, oh, what the hell? But then after a while, you realize, hey, just because he got purple hair, it's all wild, it's not like yours, same person, you know what I'm saying? So we got along with that after a while, no problem.
I think the punks could sort of relate to the, you know, the energy, because it was very similar. It was very sort of rebellious and, you know, ripping these records up and, you know, not using instruments, only turntables.
The main crowd puller was Afrika Bambaataa. His eclectic range of hip-hop beats won him the title Master of Records.
Being known as the Master of Records, he had all kind of music, and he would like to be able to play certain kind of music for a certain kind of crowd. So when he got to play at the Mud Club, he would throw on his monkey records. I remember this one record, it was like, Mary, Mary, why you bugging? Da, 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 Mary, Mary, right? And he would play joints like that, and you just be bugging out like, what is this? I mean, Bambaataa, he was incredible.
A lot of the rock records we was taking from, like Foghat, Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin, Billy Squier, the Rolling Stones, even the Beatles, the Monkees. You know, I was playing a lot of crazy stuff.
And so from that experience of him being in a room dominated by young white new wave heads, you know, people with, you know, weird haircuts and just super cool beyond belief, you know, were like, wow, we like this. It inspired him to go and make a record called Planet Rock.
Party people, can yo get funky? Suicide and Force, can yo get funky? The Zulu Nation, can yo get funky? Yeah, just hit me. Just fist bump and hit me. Just get on.
Released in 1982, Planet Rock became the fastest-selling 12-inch single ever and established a new platform for hip-hop. It was released by a tiny new independent label called Tommy Boy Records, which was the creation of a music journalist called Tom Silverman.
I went to hear Bambaataa DJ, and afterwards I talked to him. I said, so, like, you're putting all these records together, why don't we make a record? Because I had started a label in case, you know, I found something really interesting. Let's put a demo together, let's make a record that uses, like, some of these records you're cutting up.
And I was telling Tom, you know, I said, you know, with all this electronic music I was playing, I said, there's no black electronic group. I said, I want this sound as something like Kraftwerk, because I was deep into Kraftwerk, Ella Magic Orchestra, Gary Newman.
We went into the studio called Intergalactic, and they kind of didn't know the lines that well. They had sort of had them written down, but they weren't memorized that well. And Powwow had one section, and he couldn't remember his words. So he went, ziz, 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 ziz. And we said, let's keep that, you know, that sounds good, and it's on the record. It's one of the parts everybody sings along with it.
True to hip-hop's DJ tradition of taking breakbeats from existing records, Planet Rock blended melodies from half a dozen songs. One of them was Trans-Europe Express by the German band Kraftwerk.
We got sued by Kraftwerk's publishing company. We paid an ungodly amount of a royalty per record that we sold.
But even being sued by Kraftwerk, couldn't diminish Planet Rock's stature as the first hip-hop record to win both crossover pop success and grassroots credibility.
Planet Rock was just some whole new shit. You know what I'm saying? Planet Rock opened up a whole nother world of music. It exposed another audience to hip-hop, and it started merging those two audiences.
It was one of the first records that really crossed over the barriers into the pop field and really brought hip-hop worldwide.
Hip-hop's newfound success in the record industry only intensified the competitiveness of the old days. While Bambaataa was reveling in his breakthrough at Tommy Boy, his old rivals Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five were about to release a record on the Sugar Hill label that would raise hip-hop's rising stature a notch higher.
Planet Rock was like the hottest fucking record at that time. I mean, you heard it everywhere, and I was like, if somebody could just get a record that could knock off Planet Rock,